Now here's a graph you might find in your math class. Or maybe something like this. And with modern technology, we can even go for one of these. And technology does all the graphing for you. But you'll notice in the math graph a sterile, seemingly intentional separation from reality. There are no units. The scales are labeled X and Y, and the X and Y divisions are all exactly the same size. But in ever so slightly more real classes like physics, you may have a graph with time in seconds on one axis and position in meters on another axis. You might even have axes with different scales, time in seconds and position in meters, where the slope isn't just count up and count over, but actually find the rise over the run. In this case, it would be a drop of 55 meters in a time of 4 seconds for an actual slope of negative 13.8 meters per second. When you put units on those axes, these slopes and areas under the curve mean something. So in this case, rise over run units would be meters per second, which is velocity. And the area under the curve would be meter seconds, which of course has no physical significance, but we can tell by looking at the units. The rise over run, the slope of a velocity time graph would be meters per second each second, which turns out to be the acceleration. The area under the curve of that same velocity time graph would be meters per second, times seconds, length times width, turns out to be displacement. And here's an acceleration time graph. It's the acceleration units divided by the time units, which turns out to be the rate of change of acceleration, or the jerk. Same graph, area under the curve, or the area between the time axis and the line, would be the change in velocity. In summary, the slope is the rate of change. Rate of change of position is the velocity, the rate of change of velocity is the acceleration, and the rate of change of acceleration would be the jerk. Check the units. And if you were to find the area under the curve of a jerk time graph, you would have the change in acceleration. The area under the curve of an acceleration time graph would give you the change in velocity, and the area under the curve of a velocity time graph would give you the change in position, or the displacement. So then I went to the library to see how practical these graphing techniques actually are by checking out some images in magazines. A graph of the acceleration of your head inside a helmet, a multi-axis position graph superimposed on the Earth, a pie chart of something, an advertisement showing bullet drop from a muzzle loader, and in those 4 magazines I found a lot of alternative infographic methods to show information in interesting ways. So physics is clearly better than math, but unfortunately neither is super practical.